interesting point you brought up is how the algorithm works for the short form content, because
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who might understand, or at least maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but I understand how SEO works and how optimization works.
Yeah.
So I understand Google and YouTube, but talk a little bit more about how the short form content work. I think you're just talking about it, where it blasts them out and
Yep.
and
Yeah, so obviously you've got SEO that's more in the impact inside on long form content or print content or text space. So SEO, search engine optimization, that's if you've got a website, a .com, that's if people are searching, right, for specific information out there. But if you're producing a 60-second video talking about the current market trends in my town right now, there's no real SEO around that, right? In the short form content, because when I search in Google, it doesn't really pull through TikToks or Reels as much at the moment. YouTube videos it does, but longer form, not the short form. So that's where producing this content, when you stick it into, let's say, TikTok and Instagram, YouTube is a little bit different, but TikTok and Instagram, it takes the short form content. And this is where you'll notice if you just start in the game, you share it out, and then what happens is you might get 50 views, you might get 100 views. You get like, look at it and go, oh, I only got 50 people. How did this guy get 50,000, right? What it's doing, because you're very infant in your stages, it goes out and goes, cool, we're going to pick 50 random people. And then what happens is it goes, cool, out of the 50 people, this one guy, this one girl over here liked it. And we're like, okay, cool. We understand what that person has. You release another video a day later, and then it might go, cool, we're going to share it to 70 people. We're going to share it again to this type of person, and we might bring a couple more of them in. And out of the 70, you might have gotten 2 or 3 likes. And then the algorithm goes, oh, okay, we can see a correlation on this side of this type of person that understands your content. So as you're doing more content, it's going to show to more, and it's going to show to more, and it's going to show to more. In Instagram specifically, it takes 30 to 45 days for this algorithm to understand your niche. It takes that much time. Now, that doesn't mean when you're famous or you run down the street butt-ass naked and you end on the news and you get 1 million people jumping on your Instagram because they want to see who this viral people, or the Chewbacca lady that was famous 3 years ago with the Chewbacca mask that everyone saw, right? I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about stock standards, starting from scratch and building up from there. It takes 30 to 45 days to build this relationship. I saw the exact same thing with me. I went down in December. I got 50,000 impressions on my Instagram over the month of December. Nothing massive, but a decent amount of impressions. And one thing just to disclose, I run no ads. I don't do any advertising for any of my brand. Everything I do is organically. So when I talk about these numbers, that's all organic numbers. I did 50,000 in December. I did 100,000 in January, and I actually came out on social media. I was like, cool, I hit 100,000. My target is 300,000 in next month. And I hit 2 million in February. And why I hit 2 million in February from 50,000 2 months earlier organically is I stuck to that 30 to 45 days of building the algorithm, telling it who I want and giving it time to find that audience. And I just kept producing the content, one a day, one every other day, but I fed it. I fed that Cookie Monster 3 to 5 times a week at least, if not more, if I could. And all of a sudden the audience from the algorithm just started seeing my content, and the engagement went up, and all of a sudden the views went up as well.
Wow. And that's Instagram, right? For Instagram Reels?
Yep. So that was the Instagram Reels at the moment. I've my TikTok, I started TikTok as most of us did through lockdown in 2020. And I went and this is the funny thing, is I started my TikTok originally doing real funny videos and stuff for my family and stuff that everyone got embarrassed about. And then I started growing from a channel, 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 40,000 likes, 50,000 likes. And I went, hold on. Anyone that sees this is going to see I'm a bit of a clown. I am naturally a little bit of a clown, but if they go into my Instagram, there's no correlation. So what I went and said is, I said, okay, I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to go back to what I am trying to provide, the education. So the last 2 weeks, I went back and provided the exact same content on the Instagram side onto the TikTok. And because it was so different, the first couple of days, it was like 100 views, 200 views on a video, 300 views. And now 2 weeks later, I'm starting to see the same sort of traction I saw on Instagram, but I'm only 2 weeks into it. I'm seeing the same sort of stuff that every single day now I go back onto my TikTok and there's 20, 30, 40 new followers. Now, that might sound small, but for a small channel and startup, 40 new followers a day is over 1,000 followers a month, right? And that just snowballs. And now me doing this content, again, it shows on the TikTok, it's the exact same strategy. And it's the exact same thought pattern of, if I do 30 to 45 days hard in my niche of what my content is, the algorithm will find the people and show it to them more.